guys? Can everybody hear me good?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Okay, so how are you guys feeling about our event so far? Do you have any feedback yet? Amazing. Okay, cool. Cool. I'm seeing a bunch of thumbs. That's really good. So, we're just here to kind of talk about mental health and how it can relate to your inner child and how you can disconnect from all of the things that are happening in the world right now, all of the problems, the stressors, anything that's going on, and really connect with yourself again and find that mindfulness. So, we also have Gianna here with me and Miss
Hi.
Mariam.
Hi, guys.
And yeah, so if you guys have any questions, we can answer them. Just go ahead and raise your hand. It is, it's pretty informal. If you guys want to ask anything, you're more than welcome to, but we have some questions up here too. Yes. Personally? Okay, then. I know that I'm personally doing this because I want to advocate more for mental health and the stigma that surrounds it, especially within the youth and the older generations as well. Because I don't know if any of you guys do, but I have parents and grandparents that go, well, I didn't have mental health when I was your age. And I was like, you did though. But I want to bring more of an awareness to it. And I want other people to feel like they're not alone in it.
Yeah, similar to what Sarah said, I want to make it more normalized. I feel like in the black community, it's not really like normal for somebody to say, oh, yeah, I need to go to therapy or I need to talk to somebody about what I'm going through. So I just want to, I became a part of this so I can normalize it, give people the help they need. Yeah.
To me, it's the same as them. But I also think that if we can normalize physical health, we should just normalize mental health as just as much. So that to me, they should go together. Because if your mental health is not okay, how are you gonna be okay with your physical health? So to me, it's like always seeing therapy, always asking and finding people. I try to say hi to everybody I see because you never know who you might make day or you might help just by saying hello to them or by just talking, introducing yourself to them. So that's my biggest reason why I do it is because I've seen firsthand. A little personal story of mine is I actually, one of my really good best friends in school, he was the quiet kid. He was always a quiet kid. Um, actually committed suicide due to mental health and due to a lot of people hating on him. But he was so smart. You would never think you would see it because he always kept himself. He always talked when he needed to talk. So to me, it's like always seeing those signs, always advocating for males and females just as much. They're equal. So that's why I do it.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yes, Nia. Yes, ma'am. Oh, can you guys introduce yourself also for us whenever you raise your hand? That way we know everybody's name.
Hi, Nia.
Hi, Nia.
So I really like that question actually. I feel like, especially as young adults, I feel like there's that transitional period where you stop being a child and you start being an adult, and it's just instantaneous. And I know that for a lot of people, they really expect that. It's like, oh, well, you can't have an inner child. You're 21 or you're 18 now. Like, that doesn't matter. And it really does because that inner child never goes away. Like, you still want to, like, finger paint and color and, talk to people and do kind of normal childish things. And I feel like honestly connecting with that really helps you regain that mindfulness because you can look at where you were as a child and look to where you are now and really go, oh, wow. Like, I used to have this mindset and now look at me. Like, that's so cool. And really helping, especially if you have PTSD, like me, for example. I feel like I can really connect with myself and really kind of understand myself a bit more of where I was coming from as a child, as an adult now.
And to piggyback off of what Sarah was saying, like, I know we're all young adults. It gets very stressful. Sometimes you don't have the time to just sit back and relax and chill or do something fun. So I feel like at times it is very important to bring back out your inner child because, I mean, a lot of us weren't stressed when we were younger. We can sit down and paint and go to the playground and, dance and just live in the moment. stress free. So that's also another reason why we brought in the aspect of bringing out your inner child, because we just wanted a stress free, calm, mindful environment.
For me, I grew up a little too fast. So I didn't really have a childhood because as an immigrant myself, I come from Egypt. So I had to take care of my parents. I had to help them a lot with a lot of things to take care of, especially when it came to the language barrier, when it comes to a different country and all of that. So to me, just nursing my inner child now is amazing because like I'm an adult, I can do whatever I want, but I can also be a kid, adult at the same time. I love like I can go dress up if I want to, can go paint like Sarah was saying, figure paint. I can just be free and be myself. And it's also kind of going back into that as a kid, you don't really care what anybody thinks of you. You never did. You never see it. You never like worry about who's thinking, oh, you look weird doing it or whatever. I mean, like we were over here dancing and all of us were like in coordination, but it was fun because we were being ourselves, judgment free zone, and it was amazing. So just reminding ourselves that it's okay to be weird. It's okay to be ourselves regardless and not care what anybody thinks. The only thing that matters is yourself.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's that sense of I don't need to make this look good. It's I'm just writing. Like I feel like with today's stressors and all of our issues and problems that we have in everyday life, we get too caught up in the what will other people think or I need to make this look perfect or just it has to look a certain way. And I think that when you really take a step back and really disconnect, you can actually connect to yourself and go, "Oh, I don't need to do that. Like why does that matter? I'm just writing. It's all good. It's going to look the same either way."
We have another question for you guys. So, just a little backstory. College students have a common like mental health issue of anxiety and depression. You know, all the things we have to do with, you know, getting to our adulthood and learning how we want to live our life on top of school, on top of extracurriculars. So anxiety and depression is a really high rate in college students. And mental health days and self-care days are very important. So when is the last time you guys took a self-care day besides today, obviously? It's so important to take time for yourself and, you know, just rewind, take a breath, listen to some music, do something that you love to do so it reduces like the anxiety, the depression, the stress that you're going through on a daily with school and everything else that you have to deal with.
I know that I live by my calendar. I don't know if any of y'all else live by your calendar. I know as a college student, we live by our calendar to the T, depending on what we have on the day, what's going on that day. So I make it a special notice that I add kind of a mental health for myself day in that calendar, because if I don't have it in my calendar, I'm like, oh, okay, it's nothing. It's not important. So by adding something in your calendar, if you live by it or whatever, adding it to your hand or something, kind of helps that also taking care of it and making sure it's not as like if it's a duty for you, but it helps you like seeing it and visualizing and be like, hey, maybe I do need a mental health day today, or maybe I do need to put that into this calendar this day.
Yeah, don't forget to take time to yourself.
Yes.
Absolutely.
We have a question. I mean, it's up to you, honestly. I feel like everybody is different. Whether they, like I said, that's just my take. I live by my calendar. So to me, I put it in my calendar. You guys do what you do best for you to remind yourself, hey, maybe I do need a mental health day. Maybe I need to like de stress for a minute if something's getting overwhelming. But I know I do it as a weekly thing for myself. That way I remind myself that, hey, it's time for to ignore everybody, turn off my phone. I'm gonna be away from everybody and just put my do not disturb on.
And sometimes it doesn't have to be for a whole day, because I know that we're all pretty busy. Like you can take 30 minutes to yourself, 15 minutes to yourself to just calm down, separate yourself from others. Do what you need to do. Listen to music, watch YouTube, vlog, whatever is your version of
Binge watch a few episodes of your favorite show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It doesn't have to be a full day.
Yeah, like kind of get into your guilty pleasure a little bit if you want to. We recently just talked about that of like, oh, what's your guilty pleasure? And so many people were like, the Kardashians, reality TV shows. Honestly, if that brings you joy, take that, 20, 30 minutes, watch an episode, have a nice little water beside you, and just relax a little. Like, there are stressors that are here every single day, but you don't have to worry about them at every minute of the day. But yeah, and just to piggyback off of what both of you said, actually, I know that sometimes calendars don't work for people, but just taking that 20, 30 minutes to have some time to yourself and really just get away from it all is so important. Really ignoring that can actually do more harm than good. So it really is important to your physical and mental health.
I know. I don't know if I know if you guys go to KSU here and know about it, but we do have like a rec center here at KSU. We also have like a bunch of areas dedicated for quiet space, study rooms. I know the academic building alone has personal study loans. So if you do not want to be around people when you do talk, find places. I mean, on campus, even if you want to take that minute for yourself, it doesn't have to be where, oh, you stop and just go home and come back. No, you can find that space anywhere, find a happy place for yourself. I know there's a lot of nature stuff around our campus. I usually use one of those rooms in this academic building, and I just sit there and just do my own thing, whether it be watching a TV show or whether I'm writing or whether I'm drawing. It helps a lot. And even if you're studying, you can stop for a minute and just do that. There's so many ways to just realize that you need that time for yourself. And we, like Sarah say, like we try to ignore it and be like, okay, no, I'm too busy for it. Just even if it's like 5 minutes, just 5 minutes, just to breathe and be like, okay, this is today stressful, or like just to like breathe for today and just take deep breath. I know a lot of our training, I don't know if you guys are part of the science chain, but a lot of our training that I've seen and a lot of our videos, whenever we do some with our coordinators and stuff, we started with breathing techniques. We started by visualizing, by closing our eyes and just taking deep breaths and just clearing the air and clearing that out. So that also is a way of just detoxing and, getting back to yourself for a minute.
Absolutely. Yeah, really thank you for mentioning
Yeah.
that. Yeah, really taking that time to just truly disconnect from whatever's going on and really connect with yourself is so, 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 so important. It really is.
What are some ways you guys disconnect, or if you don't usually, what are some ways you plan on disconnecting? Like, what's something that you can enjoy, for a day, 20 minutes?
I really like that. Becoming a friend with time. I really like that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, really taking that time for yourself because, I mean, you are your best friend. You are with yourself 24/7. And if you don't know your best friend, like yourself, like what are you going to do when something arises? Absolutely. That's really good. Thank you.
Well, as we're closing out, I just wanted to tell you guys, if you guys go to Kennesaw, the counseling center is over here. I'm not sure where they're located.
They're in the Kennesaw Hall. You guys can find them. We also, on the little business cards we gave you guys in your letters that has our value, it all has all the information you can find about our counseling and psychology program, how to schedule appointments with them. It has all the information on that website for you guys and everything. And if you are interested into the Silence Chain program or just to be part of it, help out, donate in any way, there's also on that QR code more about our website and everything and how to be involved in it.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, I want to give you guys this piece of advice is don't feel like you can't ask for help. If you are struggling, please reach out to somebody. Even if it's calling 988, even if it's texting your friend going, "Hey, I really need somebody to listen to me." That is so, so important. Even like talking to your mom going, "Hey, I know that we don't really talk about this, but let's talk." I think that that is really important, and just don't put your mental health before anything else. Like, really take time for yourself because how are you going to give from an empty cup?
Yep. I also wanted to add that we are here at KSU. Gianna,
I go to Spelman.
So if any of you guys go to Spelman or near the Spelman area, I know I'll be here at KSU. If you guys see me around campus and you need just a talking friend or something, please find me. I'm always around. Please, and if I can't help, I will point you to the direction. that can, or point to somebody who can talk to you and help you. So I know a lot of people on campus who love helping people, who are huge on the mental health facility. Sadly, they can't be with us today or anything. But if you see either of us, please come talk to us.
Yeah,
Come
absolutely.
see us. We would love to talk to you, help you out any other way. We'll point you in the direction you need.
Yeah, and if you don't go to Kennesaw, I highly recommend finding the counseling center at
Yes.
your school,
Yes.
because I didn't even know we had a counseling center at Spelman until I did Silence the Shame, and they're extremely helpful, and they have many events to help you de-stress. There's always somebody to talk to, so I highly recommend finding a counseling center or something like that near you.
And there's also outside of school programs that you can find that are absolutely with your community. Find a community that does focus on mental health by just Googling. I mean, we have these amazing thing called technology at our fingertips. Just by typing special words into your Google search, you'll find a million sources. Whether you don't have insurance or anything, I know a lot of communities does help with advocating for mental health just because of how more it's becoming and more important it needs to be.
Absolutely. And thank you guys for being here with us.
Yes, I hope you guys enjoyed your time, relax. I hope you guys disconnected to connect with yourself.
Hey.